What's up everyone, welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video I will be talking about the top 10 best females in all of anime. This is obviously based off of my opinion. These are who I view to be the best females in anime. I will be giving you reasons as to why I view these female characters as the top 10 best female characters in anime. I will be giving reasons based off of objective facts that happen in the series and why I think these females are the top tier females in all of anime. Now, there will be spoilers in this video. I'll link the series in the description that I will be giving spoilers on. Now, granted, I won't be giving super heavy spoilers about the series, but it will be like basically light spoilers here and there as I'm talking about these female characters. Now, with that being said, let's get right into it. Before I get into the top 10, though, I will be giving you a couple of honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1, C2 from Code Geass. She was a female character that I enjoyed a lot throughout the series. I never disliked her really, and she always had Lelouch's back. She's also just basically she was like the other main character of the series besides Lelouch, and she had Lelouch's back throughout the whole series. I liked her a lot. And then also from Code Geass, another honorable mention is Colin. I believe I'm saying her name right. Now with Code Geass, I binge watched the entire series on Netflix a couple years ago. Actually, I think it was a couple years ago, probably like 2018 or 2019. So, yeah, it's been a while since I actually watched the series. So, my memory of the series isn't super, it's not super fresh. I did forget about a couple of things, but I remember loving Colin and C2. In fact, those are two of my favorite characters in the series behind Lelouch himself. So, yeah, those would be my top 3 favorite Code Geass characters. So, yeah, she was great as well. She didn't necessarily have Lelouch's back throughout the whole series. She was more independent and going off of her own morals and her own ideas and stuff like that. And at some points, she did come into conflict with Lelouch. But that's all I'll say on that. Overall, she's just a great female character, and I just really liked her throughout the series. And the third and final honorable mention will be Orihime from Bleach. She is a character who is, in my opinion, very underrated. She typically gets categorized by a lot of people. She get put in this category with a lot of other female characters by other people who talk about anime and manga. She get put in a bad category saying that, oh, she's like one of the useless female characters. She's not useless. She does contribute to her main group of friends, the main group of main characters in Bleach. She contributes to them greatly. In fact, if it wasn't for her, a lot of the events that happened in basically the second arc of Bleach, which is the Soul Society arc, they wouldn't have been successful at the end of that arc if it wasn't for Orihime. She saved them when they were I think it's called the Dawn Guy, it's basically like they travel through dimensions. She saved them. She protected them when they were landing. She helped fight during that arc, or although she didn't do that much fighting, but she did help out a little bit of fighting. Like she took out some of the Soul Reapers and etc. So she's always been useful. Her main attribute is like obviously healing people, but she's always been a useful part of the team, and she's always had Ichigo's back and his friends back, and she's just been great overall. Now, anyways, with that being said, let's get into the top 10. Now, I'll be going from greatest to least greatest out of this top 10 list. All of these females are fantastic, but I'll be going from basically my top number 1 all the way until number 10. So I'm going to start off with number 1. So number 1, first and foremost, Mikasa Ackerman from Attack on Titan. She is a phenomenal female character. She's a phenomenally written female character, and she is the greatest female character in all of fiction, in my opinion. Now, the reason I say that is because just in general, when you're talking about making a likable female character, one thing that in general is a likable quality is loyalty. And she's been loyal to the main character throughout the whole series. And it's a couple of reasons for that. It's not just because she has a crush on Eren. It's not only that, but also Eren saved her life. And it was even, Eren tried to make it seem like, well, actually, I'm not going to get into super heavy spoilers, but she's another one of them female characters who's super loyal and always has the main character's back. But on top of that, she has great character development. She went from, in the first arc, the first season, she went from being like, we seen her flashback where she was too scared to fight, and she didn't have the motivation or the desire to kill anyone. We ended up seeing that change in her backstory when Eren came and saved her, and he said, "You got to fight to live." And by the way, this is all off the top of my head. I literally haven't watched Attack on Titan, especially season 1. I haven't watched season 1 in a long time. I did watch season 3 this year when it came out, but I haven't watched season 1 in a long time. So yeah, she went from being like a scared little girl to actually develop into a character who is ruthless and will do anything and kill anyone to protect someone she loves, such as her main group of friends like Eren and Armin. And yeah, you can just see, and she's just great overall, and she's also a female character who contributes a lot in fighting. Like she fights some of the main battles. She's one of the strongest humans in Attack on Titan. In fact, she's basically like the second strongest after Levi, but she'll eventually become the number one strongest. So yeah, she's just great overall. She contributes to the plot significantly. She's very underrated. She's one of the main fighters, one of the strongest fighters in the series. And it's not all about fighting, because you can't contribute to the plot of your series and be useful in other ways besides just fighting, because it's not all about fighting. You can save people's lives. You know, you can be a great character, not just supporting, but you can also be a character who usually is in a support role, but also has contributed drastically into shaping, or, you know, contribute drastically to the plot as far as doing things like saving the world and stuff like that. But, and as far as Mikasa goes, she contributes greatly to the plot. She's one of the main fighters. She has great character development in season 1, as I said, with her flashback. She's extremely loyal, and I just love everything about her character. Now, moving on. Number 2, Ruki Akushki from Bleach. Now, Rukia, this is how I view Rukia. There is no Bleach without Rukia. She started the series. She was the main catalyst to start the series. She was the catalyst. She started the series. She gave Ichigo the power that he needed to protect his family, that's why it makes sense why Ichigo wanted to protect her throughout the series, because if it wasn't for Rukia, Ichigo most likely would have died in the first episode, as well as his family members. And she saved Ichigo, thus making Ichigo want to protect her throughout the series to return the favor. But not only that, she ended up becoming very close friends with Ichigo. But yeah, she started the series by giving Ichigo his powers. If it wasn't for Rukia, there would be no Bleach, because she gave Ichigo the powers, and that's one of the main things of Bleach, is the fact that Ichigo is driven and motivated to protect his friends. Now, he wouldn't be able to protect anyone without Rukia giving him his powers, and not just his friends, but his family as well. That's Ichigo's main goal and main driving factor throughout the entire series, is to protect his friends and family, the people we love and care about. And he wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for Rukia. So yeah, she basically is, like I said, she started the series. She's the main, like, she started Bleach. If it wasn't for Rukia, there would be no Bleach. Now, not only that is she the main catalyst and basically the character who jump-started the series, but on top of that, she's a great character. She's loyal to her friends as well. Like, she didn't want Ichigo to protect her throughout the series, because she wanted Ichigo to stay safe. So, just like I said with Mikasa, she also have that likable quality, which is being loyal to her friends and wanting to protect people as well. Although she went about it in a different way. She didn't want Ichigo to protect her, or to sacrifice or risk his life to protect her. But she tried to push him away and stuff. But, she overall, her main desire was to make sure keeping Ichigo safe no matter what happened to her. So she's great overall, and she's also very underrated. Some people try to put her in that same category as being, oh, she's useless. She's not useless. She actually has contributed greatly throughout the series. Like I said, she started the series. So anybody who try to use who try to put her in that category of being a useless female character, they're absolutely insane. She's actually, like I said, she jump-started the series, and on top of that, she's also contributed greatly in pretty much every arc of Bleach, and I'm not exaggerating. In pretty much every arc of Bleach, she contributed greatly to advancing the plot, and she's actually been the centerpiece of a lot of the arcs in Bleach. She's just a great character overall. I love everything about Rukia. as well as, you know, her personality and stuff like that, and how loyal she is, and etc. So now moving on to number 3, Noelle Silva from Black Clover. Now, a lot of people like Noelle Silva, and a lot of people say like she's a top tier female character, and I absolutely agree. She's absolutely top tier, and she has a lot of things that you need to make a great character. She has character development, characterization. At the start of Black Clover, she was she looked down on commoners. She eventually grew to accept commoners and actually admire commoners such as Asta, because Asta helped her get character development and helped her realize that she can control her magic, and help her get over her insecurity problems. Now, I'm not doing Noelle nearly as much justice as far as, you know, I'm just giving a brief summary of her character development, but she has fantastic character development, and I've already seen a lot of people break down exactly why. And yeah, so basically she also had to learn how to control her magic and stuff like that. That was a hurdle she had to overcome, and as well as her insecurity problems dealing with her siblings and getting over the shame that her siblings put her on, or, you know, basically her siblings shamed her for not being able to control her magic, and she ended up overcoming all of that. Just a great character overall. Also, she's, you know, has that loyalty aspect as well, and, you know, that's something I know I sound like I'm repeating myself a lot, but it just is. That's just how it is. Like, that's one of the great qualities. That's one of the best characteristics a human being can have in general. I'm not even just talking about fictional characters, but loyalty is, you know, the saying, loyalty is royalty. Loyalty is just a great thing overall. So, yeah, Noelle Silva, fantastic character. Next up, number 4, Hinata Hugo. Now, Hinata is a very underrated character, and like I said about Orihime, a lot of people put her in that same camp that she shouldn't be in, because she's actually very, very well written as a female character, as a character in general. So she has fantastic character development, starting off as a character who was insecure about her abilities and who was too shy and too timid to be a ninja, as Neji pointed out during the tuning exam. She was a very shy and timid character who wasn't fit to be a ninja, because she was so nice and so kind and so shy and, you know, timid, that that's not characteristics that shinobi were supposed to have, especially like when they were battling. They shouldn't have sympathy for their opponents and stuff like that. But she ended up showing Neji that she changed in the tuning exams, and that she's a lot stronger now, and that she's willing to actually hurt people. And she not necessarily wanted to hurt Neji, but she's willing to do what it takes to become strong, as she was motivated by Naruto to continue to fight and to be as strong as she possibly could be. And also, she wasn't outspoken that much throughout the first part of the series, part 1. She was pretty shy, and yeah, she was like a pretty shy character, and she ended up in Shippuden, she ended up becoming a lot more confident, and you can see that development that she got in Shippuden, where she became a lot more confident. She made confessions. I'm not gonna get into the details, but she made confessions. She literally gave speeches to people, snapped people out of hard depression that they were going. And you guys know what I'm talking about. 4th grade Ninja War arc. She's literally smacked some depression out of a certain character. I'm not gonna mention it because I don't want to spoil anything too much. But just fantastic character overall. Has fantastic character development. And then on top of that, she also has very likable qualities. She's loyal. She's nice, like extremely nice, and also that character development, going from being a pretty shy girl who didn't have much confidence to being a confident, strong shinobi. Just a fantastic character overall with Hinata Hugo. Coming in at number 5, Sakura Uchiha from Boruto Naruto Next Generations. She's a great character as well. I already talked about her a lot in my top 10, or actually, was it top 10? Yeah. My top 10 favorite Boruto characters video. I talked about Sakura a lot in that video, so if you want more details on that, I recommend go watching that video. I'll link it in the description. But just to briefly summarize, she got some great character development in the second arc of the series, where she grew and she learned to accept well, basically she learned the lesson that parenting and who you accept as your parents is not about DNA. It's not about blood. It's about how somebody treats you. And what really matters is the connections you form in your life. Love, the connections you form in your life, not DNA or anything like that. That's a valuable lesson that she learned in the second arc of the anime, and that also happened in the manga as well. Not the Boruto manga, but it happened in the Naruto Gaiden manga, which was like a spinoff of Naruto, and that was great overall. She's also very very loyal, like just like Mikasa. Like I said, she's just like Mikasa in terms of loyalty. Like I said in my top 10 favorite Boruto characters video, she'll do anything for Boruto. She'll do anything for Boruto. She don't want to see anything happen to him, nothing bad happen to him. She was very very hurt when Boruto got exposed during the tuning exams, and you can just see the sadness on her face, but she was willing to go anywhere with Boruto, do anything with Boruto, even if it meant risking her own goals and putting her own goals on the line. And that's what happened during the Mitsuki arc. And I'm not going to get into too much detail, but she put her own goals on the line just to protect Boruto and make sure he was safe. Fantastic female character was Sakura Uchiha. So moving on to number 6 is Sakura Hornum. Now this is a character that a lot of people act like is a bad female character, and I literally had to unsubscribe to several YouTube channels due to how much they was bashing Sakura, or just, remarks that they said about Sakura being basically they try to say like she's one of the useless female characters. She's not useless at all. I'm going to make a whole separate dedicated video about Sakura in the future, or at least I plan on making that. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I plan on making a video about Sakura in the future. But she's nowhere near useless. She's a fantastic character. And I'm going to just give very, very minor spoilers in regard to Sakura just to prove that she's not useless. She literally protected Naruto and Sasuke during the Forest of Death portion of the tuning exams, which was the second stage of the tuning exams. In the Forest of Death, she protected them. She stopped Naruto from falling from a super high position in the air. She stopped him with a kunai from falling. She protected Naruto and Sasuke for several days while they were unconscious. She also even had a brief fight against the Sound Ninja who Orochimaru sent after Sasuke, and she put her, she was willing to sacrifice things to protect them. She cut off her hair, and not just cutting off her hair, she was just taking a lot of damage in order to protect her comrades. That's nowhere near being useless. Not only that, she literally saved Sasuke's life in the tuning exams as well. When Gaara was about to kill Sasuke, when Sasuke's curse mark was acting up, Sakura stood in front of Gaara, and she essentially stalled Gaara, because Gaara, he wasn't focused on Sakura. He wanted to kill Sasuke, so he had to move Sakura out the way, and that gave Naruto enough time to come in and protect them as well. But Sakura actually, in that instance, she saved Sasuke's life. She wasn't useless in part 1. I just debunked that. And she definitely wasn't useless in Shippuden. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, Sakura is... Here's something that I haven't said at all in this video. This is also a great thing. Sakura is a very realistic character, in the sense that she has flaws just like human beings in the real world. And Kishimoto deliberately, purposely made her that way. And I believe he said in the interview, I'm pretty sure I heard he said in the interview that Sakura and Rock Lee are supposed to basically signify, or basically they're supposed to be like the real human characters of Naruto. They're supposed to symbolize the weakness of human beings in Naruto. And Kishimoto did a great job of making her realistic and giving her weaknesses that she eventually ended up overcoming. But he purposely made her a flawed character, a character who has flaws. But those flaws don't stop her from being a fantastic character. I already talked about how she is useful, and she also has character development. She went from being a character who was pretty much... Her rivalry with Ino was essentially like a parallel to Naruto and Sasuke's rivalry, where Ino was always ahead of Sakura, and Sakura looked up to Ino and wanted to be as strong as her and wanted to be, like her. And she essentially admired Ino, just like how Naruto wanted to be as strong as Sasuke and as cool as Sasuke back during their academy days, and he looked up to Sasuke. But just like with Naruto, Sakura, because at first she was a crybaby, really. During her flashback, she was a crybaby, and then she developed into she was basically a shy crybaby character, and she developed into a strong female who had confidence, and who was outspoken, basically the polar opposite of what she was when she was a kid in her flashback. And Ino came and gave her that ribbon when she was crying and stuff. Basically, the polar opposite of what she was then. She developed into a confident character, and she wanted to actually be stronger than Ino and to be a strong Konoichi, a strong female ninja. And her goal wasn't just to be with Sasuke throughout the series. That was one of her motivations and one of her major motivations. But also, you can see that her goal. She had a couple other goals in the series, like wanting to surpass Ino, wanting to be strong, wanting to perform well, wanting to be strong and actually be a supporting, a good, strong member of her team and not hold her team back. Those are all motivations that she had in Part 1 Naruto, and a lot of those things she ended up actually achieving in Shippuden. So, a fantastic character with Sakura, extremely underrated, and yeah, that was number 6. Now moving on to number 7. So number 7 is Vidal from Dragon Ball. Now Vidal is a character very similar to Naruto in the sense that she's one of those characters that have a never give up attitude. She wanted to prove how strong she was. She was determined to prove how strong she was, even though she did. Well, I'm not gonna get into exactly the details of what happened, but she's one of those very, very, very passionate, try-hard characters who was willing to go the extra mile and to do a lot of things and to continue fighting in order to satisfy her own ambition or to prove how strong she was or to become strong. And not only that, but I liked her relationship dynamic with Gohan a lot. And overall, I just liked her a lot as a character. As far as her character development goes, she went from a prideful character who was always trying to go out and beat up the bad guys. She had a lot of confidence and pride due to the fact that Hercule is her father, and she thought Hercule was the hero of the entire world. She thought he saved the whole world, but he didn't. And once she found that out, she eventually found that out later on, and she found out that Gohan and his family was the one, or the Saiyans were the ones who saved the entire world, but more specifically Gohan. Once she found that out, that prideful attitude, changed with her. She became more humble, and also after her fight in the world martial arts tournament, she became more humble. So she went from being a prideful, very confident, borderline cocky character to being a humble, more so humble character. But she's always been very, very nice, very ambitious, and etc. She's just been a nice character overall, nice, supporting, and just one heck of a wife for Gohan. So yeah, I love everything about Vidal. Yeah, Vidal overall, I like her a lot as a female character, and yeah, that's why she's number 7. Now, number 8 is Ochako Uraraka from My Hero Academia. Now, Uraraka is a character. She's also one of them characters that has both a very likable personality, with her being, cheerful and supportive of her team and her friends and stuff like that. And also she's very nice, very supportive. So that's a couple of things. But also she did have some character development as well. And like it's been a while since I watched My Hero Academia as well. Well, actually, I did watch season 4 that came out earlier this year. Or should I say that ended earlier this year. But we seen in the sports festival with her, it's just a lot of details to her character. And I'm kind of drawing a blank here as far as, because, I'm doing this off the top of my head. But, yeah, if you guys watch My Hero Academia, you should know why Uraraka is pretty high up. She has her goal of providing enough money for her family to support her family financially and also to be strong. And she also developed you can see that she has a crush on Deku, and she tells herself throughout the series that she got to suppress those feelings. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much the most of it. I am kind of forgetting some certain things about her character, but you guys get the point. Now, number 9. Number 9 is Yurichi from Bleach. Now, she's a fantastic character as well. She went from well, basically she was always helping out Ichigo and his comrades, but she's just a great character overall. She's funny, she's nice, kind, supportive. She actually helped train Ichigo. As a matter of fact, she did train Ichigo for him to get a new power up and stuff like that. She she's just such a likable character, and I don't got much to say about her besides the fact that she's just a very likable character, funny as well. And next up is number 10, which is Nami from One Piece. Now, Nami is, I know these last like 3 characters, I haven't talked much about their character development. When it comes to Uraraka, she definitely has some, and Nami has a little bit as well. The other 2 I put on here just because I love these characters a lot, and I think they were just well written, and they served their purpose, and they fulfilled their roles excellently, and they really enhanced the series. Like Yuriichi, she was kind of like a surprising character that she's transformed from something. We didn't actually know her actual first, like when she was first shown, she was in a different form that, you know, she ended up transforming out of, and she ended up becoming, she was helping throughout the entire like second arc, the Soul Society arc. She was helping throughout that entire arc. As a matter of fact, she was the key player that was actually protecting Ichigo and his comrades. So she saved her life several times, and she trained Ichigo to get stronger, and etc. So she's great. Now with Nami, the 10th character on this list, she's actually one of my favorite One Piece characters. After Zoro. She's my second favorite One Piece character after Zoro. And yeah, she didn't like pirates at first. She ended up becoming a pirate. And she's an extremely greedy character. And yeah, and she's entertaining. She's a pleasure to watch. And that's pretty much it. That's not all it is to her character, but you know, that's the key points. And, you know, she did have a decent amount of character development initially, going from not liking pirates to actually joining the crew and etc. But it's been a long time since I watched One Piece. But, you know, I just remember, like, the fact that she's literally one of my favorite One Piece characters, second to Zoro. Now, as far as the other females on this list, there's actually a couple female characters on this list that are actually my favorite character in the entire series that they're from. And number 1 is Mikasa Ackerman. She's my favorite Attack on Titan character. And Eren is number 2 for me, but Mikasa is number 1 for me. And Rukia from Bleach, she's my favorite Bleach character, hands down. Noelle Silva, my favorite Black Clover character, hands down. And Sarada is actually my favorite Boruto character right now, tied with Kawaki. She's tied for being my favorite Boruto character along with Kawaki. But anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. This video has become extremely long. Well, not necessarily that long. It's going to be about a little over 20 minutes, about 26 minutes. So, anyways, thanks for watching the video. Please like the video. If you liked it, comment, and let me know what you thought of my list. Let me know your own list in the comment section below. And also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And click that notification bell to be notified on all of my future videos. I do plan on talking about other anime in the future besides just Naruto and Boruto. So, this is not a one-off thing by any means. So yeah, I do plan on talking about other anime and manga in the future. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.